Hey, I'm Jim Search, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host Rob Adler and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate, and we are continuing on our month of October spooky journey as we are diving into the murky upstate waters to learn all about some mythical water monsters. Yes.
Music to my ears.
Yeah. I mean, again, as somebody who grew up in upstate, I know all different types of monsters. So
Sure.
The aquatic ones I have certainly run into. I've run into some watery monsters in my life living in upstate New York. So
Sure.
It'll be interesting to hear of these new mythical ones that I may not have met. Now, with all that being said, if you can math it up here, folks, as you have subscribed, rated, and reviewed our show and shared it with a friend and put a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and let us know your favorite upstate location or person in the review, you would know that this is our 52nd episode. And if we come out every week,
Woo!
that would mean, folks, that this has been 1 year of Understanding Upstate. Man,
True. Hard to believe.
can you believe it? I
believe.
have spent my entire life understanding Upstate, and folks, we have been giving it to you for 1 full year, and that's very exciting times we're living in to be able to do that, to share with you all the things above New York City that the state of New York has to offer. Hell yeah.
So yeah, get us a little anniversary gift in the form of a 5-star rating and a positive review. Because you know what?
Yeah.
We deserve it.
It takes less than a second. It is the cheapest and quickest gift you could ever give another entity.
That's true. Hey, give out 5-star reviews for the holidays this season.
Sure. Pass them out. Just drop those motherfuckers wherever the world takes you.
Sure.
Just give a 5-star review.
Sure.
I mean, don't do it for don't be weird and do it for a interstate highway or something. That's fucking nuts.
I was actually looking up Google reviews for a graveyard the other day, and they were very helpful. So
that's wild, man. I have a joke about that, about Yelp reviews and how. Listen, they're helpful to tell you about, in this case, a graveyard, or in some cases, maybe you want to find out about a Thai restaurant in your neighborhood, sure, what the reviews are. But it's also great because it lets you know how many people out there need therapy, because some of these reviews are pretty unhinged.
It's true.
And really are lighting into things that don't need to be lit into. Like, for example, like Interstate 17. Do you need to leave a review for a highway? That's a lot. That's between you and your therapist.
Sure.
You can't expect us to have to deal with that. Like, that highway has seen like a 4-car pile up. How would you be if you saw that?
Sure.
You'd be 1 star, 2 star. Get out of here. Not here for it.
There you go. Well, you know what I am here for, Jim? A little upstate update. Again, faster and faster each week.
This one is huge.
This one's great. Yeah, I was texting you yesterday. I think I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
In fact,
you did.
because I was.
You definitely did.
My wife and I were at Wegmans on a Saturday night, baby, and it might have been one of the busiest places in all of Brooklyn. It would seem.
Do they still have the bar in there?
No,
they don't still have the bar, do they? They closed that down.
I think it's just seating now, so the space still exists. It's like the
right,
like the half-second floor or whatever. It's not, it's like this kind of raised seating area.
I went in there. I remember I went in there a while ago, and I had myself a Wegman sub, as one was wont to do, and I saw they had a bar up there, and I was like, a bar? What? All right.
I mean, I wish I would. Yeah, I would have bellied up last night if it was open. I'll tell you what. But
Oh,
it was quite the visit.
Anyway,
Quite the visit.
sure.
I would have guessed Saturday night at any grocery store, not super busy. I was wrong. Wegmans was popping off last night. Very busy, and walked in. They're playing a little De La Soul. Me, myself, and I, and Jim. I'm not exaggerating. People were dancing in the aisles. Strangers
Great.
singing to strangers. People dancing. It was delightful. It
sounds great.
It was fantastic. Went and got myself a little Danny's favorite, which I had last night, and I'm going to have some right after this. Really bookending today's record with.
Is this your first Danny's favorite?
No.
Okay.
I had one a while ago, and I believe I recounted my review of it on a previous episode. So this is just my second.
Okay.
But it was still good. Still
It's
great.
like it's a very large sub. It is
Yes.
roughly 14 inches, I believe.
I mean, yeah,
is-
we got the large. There's like 3 sizes, and the large is basically 2 subs. It's 2 full
Right.
subs.
It's
for
like,
sure.
and you like cut it into, like they cut it into thirds.
This one was just cut into halves, but it was like a
Interesting.
pre-packaged one because the deli counter, I got there too late, 10 minutes too late. Like, sir, we close at 7 every day. I was like, well, geez, guys, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
But luckily they have some prepackaged ones that were made day of. So still, still pretty fresh.
Okay.
But still a great, it's just a good Italian meat sub. It's fantastic.
Yeah, they do their thing with that. And to have it made.
Danny knows what he's doing.
Danny knows what's up. And they go through the training for it. There's some real, like, they don't just toss you in to make one of those. Like, you are schooled in the fine art of making a Wegman sub.
Schooled in the sandwich arts.
different sub place. Those,
yeah,
you can't speak in the same breath as.
No.
I'm thinking about going to get one after this. I might. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I was not eating too well over the weekend, so those things, like, you really got to bank up a lot of like eating clean days to dive into.
Just go get a small. Go get a small. It'll be fine.
Because then, like, you gotta go large or not go at all. Like, you gotta get in there.
No, that's true.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Time will
Look,
tell.
but
I'll report next week.
My story's not done yet because things took a turn from the carefree dancing to De La Soul.
Sure.
So by the time we get into line with our cart, like, places, the lines for the checkout are pretty. They're not super long, but like it's 2 or 3 people deep on each register, and the carts are just overflowing. So you're just like, Jesus, it's gonna be an eternity. Like the people in front of us had a cart that was full with 2 shopping baskets lobbed on top of the cart, also full.
Like,
just like
full cart and then 2 smaller
2 baskets.
carts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just, like, dropped on top. It's just like, they like clearly had an awesome system where it was 2 dudes. One guy I think was getting fresh veggies and fresh fruit in the baskets.
Right.
And then the other guy with the cart was getting the boxed and bagged items. And I was like, you guys have grocery shopped before.
Sure. That gives me so much anxiety, though, man. Oof.
Oh, yeah. And the lines are like unclear. Like, people are just kind of standing where they think a line might be. We're like we know our spot in line, though. So a lady comes up and starts aggressively talking to this guy next to us. It's just like, you're not going to cut in front of these 2 people, being me and my wife. We're just like, what? This lady's coming to our defense, but like, everything's fine. Everything's fine, ma'am. She's like, you're not going to budge them. You're not going to cut in line. Don't even think about it. And we're just like, this lady is really coming in hot in our defense.
Sure.
We're like, okay, all right, everything's fine. But thanks for looking out.
Better to have her on your side than not, it sounds like.
What? Well, we'll see. So,
all right, let's go.
Lines, people go through the lines a little bit. This guy that she was talking to goes to, like, he was in line. He was a little close to us, but like, he was like in an awkward spot. But everyone generally knew where they were going. He went to check out in the line next to us, and he's checking out. He knows the guys in front of us too.
Okay.
And this lady comes back to the two dudes in front of us, mistakes them for the guy she was yelling at. And she's like, did he cut in front of you? But without waiting for us to say anything, she grabs their shopping cart, pulls it back out. They're middle of putting stuff on the conveyor belt. They're just like, what are you doing? And she is like, he actually budged you? I can't believe he did it. Like, and we're just like, no, he's over there. He's in a different line. These are different dudes. It's just like, oh, okay. And she like gives him their cart back and just goes back to the other side of the store.
Yo, man.
And it was like, we had to be like, ma'am, no, everything's fine.
That's different, man.
It was very different. It was crazy. She took two grown men's cart away from them. Like,
yo, man, she'd had a different problem. She fucking touched my food, man.
Yeah.
You'd have to deal with a lot if you think that's the fucking wave. I mean, and I don't give a shit how unhinged this woman is. Don't touch my food.
No, I think it was a lot. It was a lot.
So how did this resolve then? What did these guys do?
She left. She went back. She was on an aisle way further down. So she went back there. Those guys were just like, what the fuck? That's our cart. And then I think they just called her stupid. And then they had a shit ton of groceries. So they just went back to unloading stuff. It just kind of, it just fizzled. It's just kind of naturally diffused.
Okay.
Because again, they were like, they're maybe only halfway through unloading their cart. So it's just a very weird, very weird.
They should have invited her over for dinner.
Yeah, goodness.
Come over.
Goodness.
Come on over, lady.
Come on over. Well, Jim, we got to come on over to today's topic because we got a lot to get through. Because today, again, we're talking about some mythical water monsters. And the thing I like about this episode is that I was really able to get a survey of almost the entire upstate region. You're going to see we go to a lot of different places, pretty much every major body of water in upstate New York. So very fitting for episode 52. We're going to cover a lot of ground today as we talk about some river, lake, and canal monsters. So should we get into it?
I think we should.
All right, let's do it. This episode is mostly going to be newspaper clippings. I really wanted to kind of find some, like, and this is in air quotes, some like historically significant river monster sightings. So these are like, these actually were, a lot of these come from the New York Times or like syndicated publications in the New York Times. So either like, it would have been in a local newspaper and then 2 days later it was in the Times kind of thing. But these are all upstate river monster, lake monster sightings. And some of them have some fun names, as we'll see. But first we're going to be in the Niagara River. There's a couple sightings we have. First one comes from the Buffalo Evening News, September 16th, 1884. This one, the title, I don't know, quite understand. Sea serpent whiskey at Youngstown. I think whiskey might be the name. It doesn't really get cleared up though. Here's the article.
I would gather the name of the sea serpent is whiskey.
Yeah. We'll
I would
we'll
think.
see. We'll see. It's whimsical.
We're going to
I
find
like it.
out.
All right. A monstrous sea serpent 50 feet in length, says a dispatch to the Lockport Union, with a bend as big as a large barrel, was seen by Dan McKim of Lockport at the mouth of the Niagara River about 9 o'clock this morning. He was out fishing in a boat, and the sea serpent appeared on the top of the water twice, the latter time within 100 feet of his boat. Mr. McKim describes the monster as having eyes about 4 inches in diameter with red rings around them. It had tusks like a wild boar and 2 horns on its head. Its tail resembled that of a fish and was a full 5 feet across. The serpent was seen by a soldier on guard at the fort and by a party of fishermen on shore. So we've got, a couple people corroborating.
Okay.
Many fish nets have been destroyed at the mouth of the river this season, and it is now supposed to be the work of the serpent seen this morning.
Interesting. I'd be very interested to know why this, what the red rings around his eyes are all about. That's what I want to know.
A little sleep deprived. We've all been there. Allergy season,
Sure.
September. We're getting into early fall.
I
Just need a
mean,
little bit
could
of-
also be drug related.
Sure,
Let's not rule that out.
That's true.
We're not,
Could be both.
We're not here to.
Why not a little bit of both?
Two things can exist at the same time.
It's true. All right. Let's see. So to the next article. This is from the Niagara Falls Gazette, August 25th of 1965. And this is from a larger article. This is just like 2 paragraphs. It was kind of talking about, is trying to tie some folklore stories together. There's some ghost stories in here, but just trying to tie ghost stories and these kind of sea serpent stories into a supernatural description of the area, more or less. I think there's a particular area called like Devil's Kettle or something. It was just trying to give some historical precedence for why this area has kind of been regarded as spooky for many years. So let's see. So again, kind of from the middle of the article, in the September 2nd, 1910 issue of the Lockport Daily Journal, there's a recorded story about a sea serpent in the Erie Canal. Love to hear it. The story, in brief, as told by Captain O. Brett Canley, is as follows. It was a mile or 2 this side of Lockport that I saw a soft felt hat floating on the water. As I was watching the hat, a head stuck up out of the water beside it, and as sure as you are alive, it was a sea serpent. It had a sort of mustache and big round eyes, and a mouth that was as big as a saucer, with a long tongue sticking out and sharp teeth showing. The neck of the thing stuck all of 3 feet out of the water, and I saw a tail wiggling all of 20 feet astern of the neck. I love all the nautical terms in these. It's real, adds a real good character to the stories. It was a whopper, all right. I judged it was a lady serpent because when I threw a dead rat, which we had just caught at it, the serpent let out a scream just like a woman makes. Oh boy. Then the serpent immediately dived under the water and we saw no more of it. My mate can verify this story.
Okay. Well, this all happened on my birthday, September 2nd.
Oh my God. How about
wild?
that? How about that?
I was negative 71 years old, but truly neither here nor there. An Erie Canal monster. This is sadly, I think the only article I could find about an Erie Canal monster. But Lockport is pretty close to the end of the Erie Canal. It's really close. Is it the Erie Canal monster? Is it the Niagara River monster? Is it, there's also, I think, like, there's Lake Ontario River monsters. That gets more into, like, a shared Canada, New York territory with river monsters. So we didn't really dive much into that specific one. But we've got a confirmed Erie Canal monster, which you can imagine
I delight in.
Yeah, that's got to be big for you. That
It really is.
Your favorite canal has some sort of rivery monster, which
It's true.
I mean, their words, not mine, screams like a woman, which for the time, 1910, this isn't a very forward thinking period of time, to say the least.
No,
but not shocked.
yeah,
Not shocked that
for
that's
sure.
how we describe it. And why was it dead rat? See, I got questions.
You're right. They just caught a fresh rat on their ship. Oh, bring the rat! Bring the rat!
Man,
Let's throw the rat at it.
Right. That feels a little
That's just
sacrificial.
rude. Yeah, I
Feels
know.
very sacrificial.
I don't like it. Well, let's head on over to the Finger Lakes. We got a couple sightings over there. This is from August 14th, 1929. Sea serpent laid low. Valiant meat dealer leads hunt for terror of Seneca Lake. All right, Geneva, New York, August 13th. Seneca Lake's sea serpent, whose protruding horns, 5-foot neck, and menacing jaws have frightened lonely fishermen and alarmed cottagers. Cottagers? What a weird name. Weird term. For nearly a fortnight, a whole 2 weeks almost, by occasional distant appearances, has been laid low. Those who did the brave man act, however, are far from heroes. Ludwig
man,
Berg
what is that all about?
You're gonna find out.
Ludwig
Berg Jr., a meat dealer of the city, reported seeing the ponderous head and waving horns at close range recently. He organized a group of the braver residents into a concentrated hunt for the reptile, and today they caught a glimpse of the monster. Some careful stalking and a fusillade of shots from the fleet of boats ended the reign of terror. A large oil drum, carefully balanced to permit a bobbing motion with 2 wooden horns and a ferociously painted face, met the pursuers, who raced to the scene of the kill to administer the coup de grace. Gulls attracted by the strange object added to the illusion. Gulls attracted by the strange object added to the illusion, carefully planned by some practical joker.
Oh,
lovely.
So there's some agent of chaos out there just starting shit up in upstate New York, in Geneva. What a jerk. So, well, listen, you know
that's
what?
Fun.
I'm going to throw a flag on the play here. They're saying that these brave men were far from heroes. Yeah. It takes courage to get out there and confront it to begin with.
They thought it was real. The multiple people brought their guns and shot at it. Can you imagine seeing this from the banks of the lake? Oh, lovely.
I think they deserve more credit, quite frankly.
I think
because it's not everybody's going to go out there and do that. Some people run from the problem, some run towards it.
It's true. And shoot at it.
And put some bullets on it. So,
yeah. That's pretty good, though. Like, whoever rigged it up made sure, the buoyancy of the drum was such that it would list in the water like a sea serpent. Pretty awesome. Good job. All right, now we're moving to Cayuga Lake for the reptile of Cayuga Lake. And this comes from a book which I sadly did not order yet, but will be, called Monsters of New York, Mysterious Creatures in the Empire State. By Bruce G. Hallenbach, I believe.
Man, I'm telling you, there's not. I'll say this: there aren't a lot of mystery to some of the monsters I know. They made it very clear from the beginning that they are not good people. So I'm gonna keep coming back to that, man. Ain't no, like Maya Angelou said, when people tell you who they are, believe them. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, I'm going to keep coming back to this book once I get it. Let me tell you.
Sure.
All right. So from Monsters of New York, there is also a legend of the reptile of Cayuga Lake in Ithaca. Since 1826, visitors to the lake have reported encounters with some sort of serpent that supposedly dwells in the lake's depths. In 1897, an article in the Ithaca Journal noted the 69th anniversary of one of the earliest Cayuga Lake monster sightings, relating that reporters from the newspaper were afraid to go to the lake shores due to the many reports of the frightening creature. The feature also noted that there had been many sightings of the creature since, which was described as an undulating monster between 12 and 15 feet long. Yikes.
All right.
And a 1929 article in the same newspaper postulated a theory that the creature or creatures migrated into the lake through a subterranean tunnel that supposedly connected Cayuga Lake to Seneca Lake. Love it.
I was going to say, I am more intrigued. I'd love to know more about the subterranean tunnel.
I want to know if that's real or just like, local legend. Because these, when we did our episode covering the Finger Lakes, like some of them are very deep, like creepily deep, right?
Sure.
Well, yeah, perhaps we'll have more on a future episode about upstate subterranean tunnels.
Buckle in, folks. Buckle in and buckle up.
I mean, what is a canal but half of a subterranean tunnel, Jim? You know?
If you can look at it like that, I suppose.
Sure. Anyway, let's see. So why Seneca Lake? Because a monster supposedly resides there too. And in fact, it was alleged to have been captured in 1899. Both Cayuga and Seneca Lakes are part of the Finger Lakes, obviously, a group of 11 lakes in the west central section of New York State. Cayuga and Seneca are among the deepest bodies of water in North America. In an 1899 edition of New York Sun, an account appeared that told of a stern-wheeled steamship that sailed the lake from nearby Geneva. The captain of the paddleboat attempted to navigate his way around what at first appeared to be an overturned boat. When his passengers and crew gathered to take a look at the boat, however, they realized that it was not another vessel at all, but rather a living creature that promptly swam away from the oncoming vessel. The captain decided to take off in pursuit, of this surprising beast.
Sounds like you're going to get what's coming to you, sir.
Can you imagine being a passenger on a little steamboat and the captain thinks he saw a monster? He's like, we're going after it.
Yeah.
Sir, this is a ferry.
Yeah. We have to get to Rochester. I'm trying to get... I feel like you don't get to make that decision, sir.
No. He's the captain. What are you going to do? The captain decided to take off in pursuit of the surprising beast, but the monster turned toward the boat, reared its head upward, and revealed to those watching a forbidding set of sharp teeth. The feisty captain then ordered his crew The feisty captain then ordered his crew to ram the beast, but they ended up playing a game of hide and seek with the creature as it would come to surface again and again, only to submerge when the boat got near it. Finally, however, the tenacious captain succeeded in ramming the creature and killing it.
This guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. Best steamboat captain ever. The carcass was dragged back to shore and examined by a town doctor who described it as being about 25 feet long with a tapered tail, triangular head, and round eyes, and with a body encased in what looked like myriad turtle shells. Ultimately, though, the story of the Seneca Lake Monster is a fish story. No one knows what happened to the carcass. How does one lose a 25-foot-long body? Supposedly, however, other individuals of this mysterious species have been seen in the lake over the years, so the story of the Seneca Lake Monster is perhaps yet to be written.
If you're trying to lose a 25-foot-long body, there's groups of people out there that will do that.
Sure.
They can they can get rid of a body for you. That ain't too hard.
Sure.
I've seen enough Dateline to know that there's ways to get that done.
Sure. Sure.
Just saying.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of places where you can dispose bodies, we're going to head to the Hudson River next. How's that for a transition? That was pretty
On your
good.
feet. On
Pretty good.
your feet.
Indeed. All right, so we're headed to the Hudson River to talk about Kipsy, the Hudson River monster. Pretty cute name. Probably because of the town called Poughkeepsie, right?
Which I'll allow it.
Sure.
Do it.
Sure. Famously, Poughkeepsie being, look, the Hudson River goes all the way upstate. Poughkeepsie, I believe we've interrogated this in the past, not necessarily upstate. However, the Hudson River goes beyond Poughkeepsie, and thusly, the monster, like many, commutes down to the city and goes back home upstate.
Does it has its job and works in Midtown?
Sure. Works in finance.
Hey, you said it, I didn't, man. Yeah.
All right.
That's where they live.
All right. So the sea serpent on ice. This is from the New York Times, January 1st, 1887. Tivoli, New York, December 31st. Oh my goodness.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve sighting. The captain of the schooner Mary Ann from down east was the first person who saw the sea serpent near Kingston Point last summer. Kingston, I think we can firmly say, is upstate. It has remained, however, for a man named Brown, who lives out back of Saugerties, to see the serpent in the Hudson in winter. Brown reached Tivoli today en route for points south. Like pretty much everybody else who has seen the serpent, Brown was perfectly sober. Perfectly sober in quotes.
In quotes. Important piece there. What a bunch of drunks running around.
Little editorialization.
What a bunch of drunks running around there. That's what I'm reading.
Hey, it's New Year's Eve. Come on.
Bring it in.
He said that at the commencement of the heavy snowstorm yesterday morning, he walked a considerable distance up the Hudson for the purpose of setting his nets in the ice. Brown found a great crack in the ice he kept tramping on. Suddenly, according to Brown, he felt a sensation as though the ice were being lifted up beneath him. He swears he saw the ice roll, as it were in waves, and then split in two, making a similar crack to the one he had jumped over a short distance to the southward. Brown says that before the waving of the ice had crossed a strange-looking animal with two eyes, nearly as big as saucers. Saucer is always the reference point for monsters' eyes. And of the color of terracotta.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, lovely. Glared at him freely. The head of the beast remained above the ice for several seconds, and Brown says he had an excellent opportunity of seeing it. Brown thinks it is a sea serpent that was seen off Kingston Point and elsewhere along shore last summer, and that the billowy motion he describes in the ice was caused by the serpent lengthening its tail. Brown is the first man on record in these parts who has seen the serpent after December 1st. Meanwhile, every crack found in the ice on the frozen Hudson River is being eagerly watched by the untiring small boys, boatmen who have nothing else to do except to chew tobacco and swap lies at corner groceries, and perhaps one or two of the wise Washington scientists who gave their views so gravely to the public and who fought so bitterly among themselves over the matter when the serpent was seen at Kingston Point.
Man, this writer has a lot of vitriol for the folks out there.
Yeah.
In old Kipsy.
Yeah, not kind words.
No, calling them drunk liars. That's what I'm that's what I'm picking up from this.
Yeah, sailors with nothing else better to do. I mean, Jesus. I'm sure there's a recession or something. You gotta be a little kinder. Sailors buy newspapers. I don't know if this writer knows this.
Yeah, and I think that that's okay.
Indeed. All right, so we got another headline. I was going to say, the thing I like about this, and I couldn't find every single report of every sea monster as much as I would have loved to, but like, as you can tell from a lot of these headlines, like, this is the fourth time they've written about like this river monster, right? Like, it's an ongoing story with a lot of sightings, and depending on how old the article is, like, like the one in Niagara, like, it might be why all the nets have been getting torn up
right
lately. Versus you get a little closer to the 1900s, you're like, everyone's just drunk.
Yo. They were really leaning into these motherfuckers on their penchant for alcohol. Personally.
They were. All right. New York Times, exit the sea serpent. This is from September 11th.
Oh man,
1886.
They didn't know. They didn't know that was.
No.
They didn't know that was going down back then.
That's true. All right, exit the sea serpent, Newburgh, New York, September 10th. R.H. Randolph of Rhinebeck, in a communication to a local newspaper, says, for the past week, the New York and country newspapers have been circulating the story of the Hudson River serpent that was seen in the river at various points between Catskill and Poughkeepsie. I was one of the eyewitnesses of the serpent while the steamer Daniel Drew was burning. Oh my God. A gentleman and myself were sitting on the bank of the river at Rhine Cliff. We saw a long black log floating down with the ebb tide. The log was apparently about 30 feet long, with a number of knots projecting that gave it the appearance of a row of fins. A root about 5 or 6 feet long at the top end of the log would occasionally roll up with the swell and might, to a person of strong imagination, look like a head or neck. I made the remark at the time that I thought it was only a little later in the evening that would be taken for a genuine sea serpent. This is what was seen on August 29th by a number who claimed that they saw the sea serpent. Well, that's no fun. Bit of a buzzkill there, sir. Mr. R.H. Randolph. Let people believe it was a sea serpent. There was a goddamn boat burning. Come on. Let them have something.
Give me something.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, right. What? I mean, 1886. What else are you going to have to live for if it's not sea serpents?
Give me sea serpents or give me death.
There we go. That's the new New York State motto. There you go.
If I don't get this sea... Anyway, go on. Keep going.
E pluribus, sea snake. Okay, Lake George. Jim, if you can guess what the name of the Lake George lake serpent is, what would you guess?
I'm hazarding to say George.
Yeah, you'd be right. Not very creative, but like it has to be George. Maybe Georgie. Give it, make it a little cute.
Like it.
Punch it up to Georgie. Yeah. All right, New York Times, April 25th, 1934. Sea serpent hoax of 1904 is bared. So 30 years later.
Mm-hmm.
This is the subheading, mechanical monster created by H.W. Watrous, nearly depopulated Lake George, manipulated by pulley. Artist thinks Scots are using a similar device to play joke upon the world. So 30 years after this guy created a hoax, he finally comes clean. Let's learn about it.
He's like, I'm a liar.
The story of a sea serpent hoax perpetuated upon the summer colony at Lake George 30 years ago was revealed yesterday by Harry W. Watrous, 80-year-old president of the National Academy of Design. Mr. Watrous said the revelation was actuated by the many current tales of sea serpents and declared that, in his opinion, the Scots were spoofing the world in like manner with a mechanical monster in Loch Ness in Scotland. In the hopes of having some good-natured fun at the expense of his friends and associates, Mr. Watrous 30 years ago, in his 50s, mind you, he's a 50-year-old.
Grow up.
Like he's 50.
Grow up, dude.
Let's see. Sorry. Watch was 30 years ago constructed with the aid of several conspirators a mechanical sea serpent or hippogriff at his Lake George summer home. The artist still has the serpent in the barn of his summer place, where it has been kept safe under lock and key since that week 30 years ago when the mechanical monster almost depopulated Lake George
What
as a resort.
this is eco-terrorism. If memory if my definition feels as right as it does. Anyway, go on.
A photograph in last Sunday's New York Times of the Loch Ness Monster so closely resembled Mr. Watrous' creation that the artist decided to tell his secret to the world, he asserted yesterday. I got a cedar log and fashioned one end of it into my idea of a sea monster or hippogriff. Mr. Watrous replied, I gave the monster a big mouth, a couple of ears resembling those of an ass or a donkey.
Sure.
Several gigantic teeth, and two ugly eyes consisting of telegraph pole insulators of green glass. Cool. After the creation had received a few coats of gaudy paint, Mr. Watrous was ready to spring his trap, and he admitted yesterday that he was almost frightened himself when he first saw his mechanical serpent leap out of the water of Lake George. He got it to leap out of the water. I want to see this thing. Sadly, there was not a picture in this article. Let's see. The sea serpent was lowered to the bottom of the lake where it was attached to a pulley with a rope led to the shore and into the hands of the gleeful manipulators. At the approach of a boatload of friends, Mr. Watrous, hiding behind a clump of bushes, would release his mechanical creation, which rose like a menacing monster. Wow. The glare of the sea green eyes having a particularly baleful effect on the women. Oh boy. Within a few days, all of Lake George had heard about the sea monster, and summer residents were leaving in droves. So he he had some way of anchoring it to the bottom and holding a rope. So when he let go of the rope, the buoyancy forced it up and to shoot out of the water. That's some dedication. That's pretty. That's awesome. And he was scaring friends. It's not like strangers, right? It's friends.
I mean,
it's at least friends.
If that's how you want to paint it, man.
That's how it's. Hey, look, I'm just reading the newspaper.
Okay.
All the metropolitan newspapers carried long accounts with interviews from eyewitnesses of the sea monster. Mr. Watrous had a grand time, but decided at last to end his joke when the appearance of the serpent caused a breakup of the marriage of a newly wedded couple. Oh no!
What? How?
This caused a marriage to dissolve. Oh no! Oh my God! We released them.
How did this dissolve?
Yeah, what? We got a quote. We released the monster at one time, just as a pair of newlyweds came along in a canoe. He said, with one glance at the vision and utterly ignoring his bride, the young man leaped into the lake, struck out for the shore, and disappeared into the woods. When he sought to make up with his bride, she refused to see him, and that was one reason why I took from Lake George forever the first freshwater sea serpent ever seen in the United States.
So at first I was going to say, well, if you're going to break up over a monster, then this relationship wasn't going to work to begin with, right?
Sure,
that was my initial thought hearing that.
Me too.
Then when I found out what happened and the dude left his bride-to-be in the canoe.
No, not bride to be, his actual bride. They were newly married. I think they were on it sounds like they were on a honeymoon.
Well, the woman you love, we can even say that. We can take it that step. The woman you love, you left her in a canoe and then swam for shore, leaving her for dead. Yeah, I could see her. That's a bridge too far as like reconciling a relationship. Like okay. Not only is that relationship not salvageable, but like you didn't love her that much. Like you weren't ready to do what you needed to do. Now, I suppose the other side of that argument is like, why didn't she get out too? Why?
Yeah, I mean, but Jim, if you saw a sea serpent, what are you gonna do? Stay in the boat or get in the water? I'm staying in the boat. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, he made it out and disappeared into the woods, so he might have known something about what he should have done. But I understand your point of like you've gone from away team, you've gone from playing on the road, you've gone from playing your home turf to now playing an away game by jumping in the water.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
right. But like, I feel like there's part of it that's like, yeah, he said I'm fitting to die on this boat, and said I'm out. But the fact remains that like he wasn't. This relationship wasn't gonna go much further than that.
No,
and that's where it's gonna end. So.
But also, the creator, Watros, like, you know, he could have come clean then when he broke up a marriage. He could have found those two and be like, hey, guys.
But even
a goof.
Even still then, like the damage is done.
Oh,
like,
no, yeah.
He could have said, like, hey, it wasn't real. She's going to be like, well, the fact remains that my husband did not give a fuck about me.
The abandonment was real for sure.
Right, exactly. So I don't know, man. He gets to carry that with him as long as he lives, I suppose.
That's true. So that's the Lake George sea serpent hoax of 1904. We're now going to head to Thousand Islands. Head to Thousand Islands region. Again, Jim, I told you, we're hitting every major body of water here.
We are doing it.
We really are. All right. This is from New York Times, 1888, July 22nd. The usual sea serpent, this time he appears off the Thousand Islands. And this is just a little excerpt from this article. Round Island, St. Lawrence River, July 21st. Though the Thousand Islands have been known as a popular resort for several years, it was not until this season that the sea serpent put in an appearance on the St. Lawrence to entertain the summer visitor. Early in June, some men who were out in a sailboat near Kingston saw what they believed to be a serpent about 30 feet long. Due allowance was made at the time this story was told, and everybody has been looking for something to corroborate it. The confirmative evidence came last Thursday morning when C.W. Sykes of New York started out to catch a pickerel in the channel between Round Island and the mainland. Mr. Sykes ordered his oarman to pull his boat near the marsh on the main shore. When about 40 rods from the marsh, Mr. Sykes says he saw something black moving about quite rapidly on top of the water. At first, he thought it was a duck. Or some other species of water bird, but a nearer approach convinced him that it was nothing of the sort. It was, as he believes, the head of a water serpent of enormous size. I mean, he thought it was a duck, though, at first. It can't be, can't be that big. The head was at least 8 inches across the top and stuck out of the water a foot or more. The head went under the boat the head went under when the boat was about 40 yards from it. As it disappeared, the water was rippled by the serpent's tail at least 30 feet from the spot. The serpent did not reappear, but the men who saw it believe it has not left that part of the river. They give it as their opinion that the serpent was at least 6 inches in diameter and 30 feet long. That's a very skinny.
I was going to say, that's like a long snake.
I would not be excited to see a 30-foot snake in the same body of water I was in.
Like, there's pictures of like those like anacondas that like ate a cow, and you see like the imprint of the cow in the anaconda. Fuck
sure.
that.
No, thank you.
No, thanks.
Yeah. And then the rest of the article is about the same length of what I just read. Talking about how lovely of a place the region is to visit. Like, you can do a lot of fishing here. It's really nice.
It's wild. Like,
fun activities.
I've been to the St. Lawrence many moons ago. I was a younger Jim Jam. Didn't see this snake though. Didn't see this monster up there. So, barring that, it is kind of chill. I did have a good time. I mean, I was young, so like. I'm here to say as a testimonial that things have improved dramatically since the late 1800s as far as the quality of a visit to the St. Lawrence River. I don't think I would want to go there in the late 1800s, if I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, they hadn't even invented the dressing yet.
Yeah, amongst other things.
Sure.
Yeah, there's other things that aren't quite happening in the St. Lawrence and everywhere in the late 1800s.
Fair enough. Well, let's go to Lake Champlain, where we've got another river monster, and this might be, or I guess, a lake monster. I think this is one of the more famous ones, at least more recent history. It is the lake monster who's named Champ. And Lake Champlain, it's really far north in upstate New York, and it's part of the border for New York and Vermont. So it's kind of a shared lake monster with Vermont. And I'll get into some of Champ's migrations, shall we say.
The migration of Champ.
In a little bit. So some of this comes from www.lakechamplainregion.com, talking about just some of the local history and talking about Champ himself. So this gives a nice kind of history, and then we'll of course get some newspaper clippings,
right,
as well. All right, and I don't really think we've talked about Lake Champlain.
We haven't actually, as far as our reporting has been. We have not gotten in there, but
yeah, we talked about like Michigan Red Hots are, I believe, from Plattsburgh, which is nearby to Lake Champlain, but haven't talked about the lake itself. Anyway, all right, so here we go, talking about Champ. So Lake Champlain is the Adirondacks' largest lake, providing the perfect playground for boating, fishing, water sports, and lake monsters. That's right, lake monsters. In the beginning, the indigenous people that have long lived and hunted near Lake Champlain, the Abenaki and Iroquois, have their own legends about a large creature inhabiting the lake, which looked like a large horned serpent or giant snake. The Abenaki term for this creature is Gitaskog. Early in the 18th century, Abenakis warned French explorers about disturbing the waters of the lake so as not to disturb the serpent. Samuel de Champlain, whom the lake is named after, is often erroneously credited with being the first European to sight Champ, but readings of his accounts show that he saw something near the St. Lawrence River. Nevertheless, his account of this sighting is of interest to anyone with an interest in lake monsters, which, Jim, is me. And I hope you.
Sure.
But basically, he describes what sounds like a modern-day garfish or like a lake sturgeon. They're huge. I mean, they like are gigantic fish.
Right.
They and I didn't know they were in Lake Champlain, which is kind of awesome. They have a lot out west, I want to say.
I do love the
like
fact
Oregon.
that the Native Americans were like, yeah, don't disturb the water. And Samuel was like, well, you know what I am going to do? Is disturb the water because I'm not going to follow your directions.
Sure,
We're not doing that.
All right. So the legend grows. The next famous account appears in the Plattsburgh Republican newspaper on Saturday, July 24th, 1819. Captain Crumb, great captain name, by the way, aboard a scow on Bulwaga Bay the previous Thursday morning when he reported a black monster about 187 feet long. Very specific.
Sure. That's on the nose. That's really on the nose there.
And with a head resembling a seahorse that reared more than 15 feet out of the water. He claimed the monster he saw had 3 teeth, a very shockingly low number.
Right.
Eyes the color of a peeled onion. Gross. A white star on its forehead and a belt of red around the neck. This is a remarkable level of detail concerning an object that was, according to the witness, some 200 yards away.
Liar.
Yeah.
Captain Crumb is not telling the truth.
Nope. 1873 was a busy year for Champ. A New York Times report shows that a railroad crew had seen the head of an enormous serpent in Lake Champlain with bright silvery scales that glistened in the sun. Both the men and the monster parted ways at that point. And that kind of brings up, I don't have it in here, but one article I read was detailing that as the railroad was built on the New York side of Lake Champlain, there's a lot of development happening on that side, and Champ got pushed out. As the New York side got gentrified, Champ had to leave for Vermont. He had to move. He had to move to the Vermont side of the lake.
You hate to see it.
It's bullshit. So it's Champ, later on, there's more Champ sightings, I believe, on the Vermont side. Just because he got pushed out of the New York.
Prices go up, man. Starbucks and Connecticut muffin go in, so...
Yep. Oh,
I get it.
Muffin.
I get it.
No. The rent is too damn high, even for Champ. All right. So in July of that same year, Clinton County Sheriff Nathan H. Mooney reported an enormous snake or water serpent he thought was 25 to 35 feet long. Then in August, the steamship W.B. Eddy encountered Champ by running into it. How dare they? The ship nearly turned over, according to the tourists on board.
That's what you
Never
get,
want
man.
to miss.
You go into somebody's house.
Don't fuck with Champ.
Yeah, that's on you.
Never want to miss a trick. Showman P.T. Barnum offered a reward of $50,000 in 1873 for hide of the Great Champlain serpent to add to my mammoth World's Fair show. Another group sighting came in 1945 when passengers of the SS Ticonderoga claimed to have seen a creature.
How old is this
sightings?
thing?
I mean, it's ancient. This thing's been going a long time. Again, at the point that European colonialists were headed on over here, Native. It's already a long legend for the Native American tribes,
right?
That had been here. Ancient, old. He's old. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. By 1992, we're really jumping ahead here. Sightings totaled 180, with approximately 600 people claiming to have seen Champ all over the lake. And in fact, there is, I think it's like a 4-part sign. So there's kind of like 4 signs all together,
Right.
that have each sighting with the name of the person and the date like etched into it. It's on the shores of Lake Champlain. It's very cute. So we got over 600 people who claim to have seen Champ. Eager children crossing the lake by ferry often look for the lake monster, hoping for a sighting. A few people even managed to snap photos of what they claim to be Champ. Much like his mythical relative at Loch Ness, Champ sightings and photos are much debated and analyzed. The 21st century saw a new wave of sightings, which numbered in the double digits each summer and prompted interest from Japanese television, The Today Show, NBC's Unsolved Mysteries, and Fox Network's Sightings. In 2003, the Discovery Channel did a special on America's Loch Ness Monster in the wake of 3 new sightings by June of that year. Champ has been written about in Discover Magazine and in scholarly journals.
Man, he's out there. Good for him.
Yeah.
He's got some press, as they say.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of press, let's read some headlines about Champ. And this comes from one of the most famous sightings in the 1800s, I want to say 1886 or 1887. And it comes from a man named Adirondack Murray. I won't read the whole article because
I was going to say, man, this is some tiny ass font. You that second column, man. Holy
I don't know if we're
shit.
getting to that second column.
Golly, that's
maybe just the first one.
That's a journey, man.
No, we'll cut some of this out. But the headline is "The Sea Serpent Has Wings," from the Burlington, Vermont Free Press, May 16th. When any considerable number of truthful people agree in their testimony touching anything, it naturally resolves human credence. What a wordy sentence.
Okay.
That an appearance of strange and extraordinary character has been seen in Lake Champlain by many people, both intelligent and truthful, cannot be denied. That this appearance resembled a sea serpent or marine monster of some sort, of such length and tremendous energy and motion as to be terrifying, was asserted. That the strange appearance would finally be made to so many as to challenge discriminating attention and an intelligent decision be reached as to what it was would easily be believed. Living as I do upon a bank which commands a view of the lake for many miles, I have felt that my chances were good of eventually seeing what so many dwellers on the lake had seen. What I wished for was that the appearance should make itself visible on a day when the lake was calm, the atmosphere clear, and at a distance nigh enough for close inspection.
Well, you can't always have what we want, all right?
Yeah. I want absolutely perfect conditions.
It's not how it works.
Last Friday, May 13th, these conditions were all realized. Going to my front door in the morning, I found many people with more or less excitement looking at the lake.
I stand corrected. I guess you'll get exactly what you want here, buddy.
It's true. It's true.
I stand down from that, I suppose.
I asked a teamster opposite my door what was the cause of it. He replied, "The sea serpent was in the bay." I said, "Have you seen him?" He replied he had, and that he had only just sunk from view and would soon probably reappear. The words were scarcely uttered before he pointed frantically toward the lake and said, "There he is! There he is!" And sure enough, right in front of me, not 2 miles away, I mean, that's pretty far, the lake being scarcely rippled, the air cleared as plate glass. I beheld the sea serpent, and I must say that the spectacle was truly a most startling one. I'm going to jump down through a lot of his description. He grabbed a field, what he calls a field glass. I assume that's like the little telescope thingy, spyglass that pirates used to have, and talks about like seeing it. But this is the final paragraph of this long article. That this is a true account and perfect solution of the Champlain sea serpent, the public may believe. For I had not only the opportunity to see the sea serpent that morning, but I saw 3 at the same instant, one rounding Bluff Point, one about a mile out heading to join it, another north of Juniper Island, and so I speak with certainty of one who knows whereof he affirms. By the appearance is a most deceitful one, and with the unassisted eye, its real nature cannot be discerned.
Wow.
So there you go.
There it is.
Bring you to the final article. This is Lake Champlain's monster, neighbors who are not convinced by Mr. Murray's explanation. So this is in response to the article I just read, and that article circulated throughout the country. I don't know if it was headline, like front page news, but it was widely published in a lot of different newspapers. All right. So this is, again, from the Plattsburgh Sentinel, May 27th, 1887. While the general public were exulting over Adirondack Murray's explanation and disposition of the so-called sea serpent as published in the Burlington Free Press and copied into many other papers throughout the country, which no doubt was a fair description of what he saw, and many others have also seen, but far from being what I saw, and 4 others with me, December last, and what many others have seen, as well as a thing by Lewis Smith, my hired boy. Ugh.
Yikes.
On the second, another observation of the monster, or one of them. On Wednesday evening last, the 18th, Mr. Winford C. Morehouse of Williamsboro Point, at about 6:30 o'clock, saw some object about the size of the upper half, or nearly so to look at, of a full-sized barrel. Apparently the head of the monster, with that only above the water, between 1.25 miles west of the Williamsboro Point, and range just north of the Four Brother Island toward Burlington. He called the attention of his father and mother, Mr. and Mrs. Hiram Morehouse, and their hired girl, oh boy,
yikes,
who all saw the object and corroborate his testimony of these facts. Yikes. The object was near enough to be seen plainly with the naked eye, and also the swells it put in motion and threw each way. So Champ may or may not be just a big old barrel.
I think I believe in him.
You believe?
I believe.
You gotta believe. I believe. Well, that's a very good X-Files ending to a long sea serpent, a long winding episode of newspaper articles.
There you go.
There we go. Jim, so do you believe, what's your favorite upstate sea serpent?
I mean, there's so many to pick from.
So many.
I mean,
there really are.
There's it's hard to say. I'm going back through here, and I'm scrolling to see which one of these creatures jumped out at me. I think I'm partial to the Niagara River monster. Mainly because my allegiance to the Niagara area, as I am a Niagara University alum, and that is
one. He hangs out in the canal. What's not to love about him?
Right. He's got good places and he's got good people around him. So who would I be to not support that? So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Niagara River monster if I have to pick my favorite upstate river monster. Which one speaks to you is the better question.
I mean, Champ is definitely one I was most familiar with before I started digging into this. So I like Champ. I do like the idea. The one that's kind of sticking in my mind is the Cayuga Lake one, the Finger
okay.
Lakes serpents, where they're going in underground subterranean tunnels from lake to
Sure.
lake.
Sure.
That's fun. I like that.
That does it for you.
And also, again, yeah, and they're creepily deep lakes, right? Like just the idea of like something being down there. I like that. And taking the sea serpent subway from lake to lake.
Sure.
You love it.
Transfer. Get your transfer on.
Well, let's transfer on out of this episode, Jim. And first, again, we've hit a year. Please help us hit year number 2 by subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show. Share an episode with a friend. All those things. Only might just take you 1 minute, but it really moves the needle for us, so to speak.
It can do a lot for us, is what we're trying to say here at the good old Understanding Upstate podcast. As you might say if you're in upstate New York, because you'd really lean into that hard A. That hard A.
There you go.
But yeah, share it out, man. Don't share with an enemy, though. That's for sure. They don't deserve it.
That's true. Speaking of sharing things, Jim, is there anything you would like to share with our speedy freaks and rattlesnake peas?
Yes, there is. Let's say you are. Let's say you're a river monster. Say you're a mythical creature and you live in one of the various bodies of water in upstate New York. It's got to get pretty lonely. There aren't too many fellow monsters in that water that you're in, right?
Sure.
So you need something to pass the time. You need something to chuckle at. You need something to take your mind off of capsizing boats and dodging captains who are trying to murder you for some reason just after your life.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you do. Is you go to Understanding Upstate. That is our podcast, but you also go to, hey Ace, there's a full cat. My buddy Ace here is on the show.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. 1 year and he makes his first appearance.
Oh, he did.
What an episode.
Holy shit. My homie Ace the cat popped up. All right.
There you go.
We're going to do it again. You pick up my album, Upstate Understandings. It's a great album produced by the other half of this podcast, Rob Adler. And it's great. It's a great podcast. It's a great album, rather. Not a podcast. Great album. Great album to listen to. You can find it at all digital streaming platforms. You can also buy the physical copies from jimsearch.bandcamp.com. That's a great place to get their album of mine. Also, jimsearchcomedy.com is where you can find all the shit that I do, particularly stand-up comedy, which if you are in the New York City area, October 19th, which is the day after this drops, I'm going to be at the Bushwick Comedy Club. I'm going to be there for the 8 o'clock show. It's going to be a great time. Go buy tickets from Bushwick Comedy Club on their Instagrams. It'll be a great time. And also follow me on all social media at Jim Search. That is a place to get at me. Rob, they bought my album. They're going to the show. They're just doing it all. Is there anything else more that they could do? Is it possible? Is it possible for them to do more?
It may be possible. Let's just say that you got a couple of oil drums in the garage and you're fixing to weld them together and put a monstrous face on them and, figure out the right buoyancy so it'll kind of undulate in the water to scare all your friends and neighbors. It's going to take a little time. You're going to need something to entertain you as you're building your canal monster, as it were. That's why you're going to head to brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com and grab my album, New York Sticky. It's a great instrumental album inspired by funk, boogie, and what else? Funk, boogie. There's one other, not disco. Hey, you know what? Listen to it and tell me what genres it reminds you of.
You decide. You decide, listener.
You decide. Absolutely. Link in the description for all those. Also, check out our documentary, which is a behind-the-scenes making of documentary look at Jim's album. Link in the description for that as well. Jim, next week, I believe, is our final episode in kind of our spooky upstate topics run. Do you have a hint for what that topic might be?
I do. I'll say this. It's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be 315 reasons to listen to this or 607. But you will have to come and find out next week.
I like it. Well, Jim, it's that time of the episode.
Sure.
I don't know if I've done a bad up pun for... I don't know when that started. It started at some point. So I don't know if this is number 52, but it might as well be. And certainly not 52 good closing transitions, but it will be a closing transition. That much I can guarantee you. Are you ready to close out 1 year of Understanding Upstate?
Lay it on us.
Well, I got some nets that I got out in a couple lakes and rivers just to see if I can catch a little river monster. I got to go pull those up out of the water to see what I caught. Let's get on out of here.
Boom. Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.